Hello, so welcome to the World Flying Disc Golf 2024 World Teams Disc Golf Championships. We have Reese Velios here, myself, and we've got Laura.
Hi everyone, welcome back.
And we've also got Sue, who's going to be technically helping us today with some information. She's in the back. Welcome everyone. I hope you enjoy the coverage. I've got a fly that's welcome to Australia. And we're going to be meeting the teams shortly. We have Hong Kong, China versus Lithuania. Is that who we're playing today, Sue? Yes. Okay, so we should be seeing them shortly. Okay, so this is hole 8, 120 meters downhill. This one you got to play the wind. Traditionally on this hole, disc choice is very important. And there's an OB creek here that they need to get over. So this is a disc choice and play the wind hole. And hole 9 uphill. There's on the coverage you can't see it here, but there's actually an island which they have to play to. You can see the drop zone tee pad, or they go over the top and land to the basket. Okay, so nice. He's gone a little bit long. He should have a outside the circle putt. So we got Eric Creekhouse from Hong Kong, China. Traditionally throws MVP. Looks like he's got a high-speed MVP here. Oh, it's turned over a bit, going a bit short, but that should be an upshot. Lefty hole, this is a bit tricky for a lefty. Oh, nice turnover. Wow. Ooh. Well done, that's a good shot for a lefty. That's a tough hole for a lefty. And I believe this is Margaret Patterson from Hong Kong, China. Nice. All right, so Laura, tell me a little bit about yourself. Have you played disc golf before?
A little bit in high school,
Yes.
actually. So yeah, it was a nice, good experience. But I'm really new to competitions, and yeah, so far so good. It's a very nice experience, and I'm so happy to be here. What about you? Tell me more.
So I've been playing disc golf, I think it's 14 years now,
Okay.
roughly. I had a bit of a hiatus in the middle, but I've been playing for 14 years. I didn't come from Ultimate like a lot of players these days do. I found the sport with my brother, who owns Pinelines Disc Golf Course here in Perth, and we just started playing a local course here in Greenwood, and the sport's grown here in Perth significantly, and
It's just getting bigger and bigger.
yep. Okay, so we've got, I believe this might be Eric's upshot. Oh, nice, he's landed in the green. Should give him an inside the circle putt. You can see that flag on the green waving about. This is the tricky part of this hole. It's very open to the wind. Good putt, a good upshot. gone a little bit long there. It's a tough obstructed look from back in behind those pines there. But hopefully she can get a straddle out and have a putt for it. So we heard some mention of the players talking about the heat here in Australia. They're saying that 20 degrees here feels a little bit different than 20 degrees elsewhere. Is that true?
That is so true, actually. For me, 20 feels more 25.
Right.
But we can't complain coming from France, which is winter now,
Winter.
almost. Can't complain about it.
Do you like the hot weather?
I do.
Okay, so we've got a putt here. You can see those flags. It's got a headwind putt. I don't think she wanted to go for it and risk the bid, so she's just laid it up, which is a good choice. I think he's outside the circle. He's going to be doing a stepper. Or he's definitely outside the circle. As you can see, that blue line marks the 10-metre circle around the basket. 30 feet for you American viewers. Oh, close.
Yeah.
Well done. That's a tough shot. Headwind outside the circle. Okay, so we've got Eric. I think he's just trying to. He's just locating the disc.
So what are your hopes for today?
Hopes for today is everyone has fun. That's I think that's the thing about disc golf is although this is a competitive sport, you've got to remember to enjoy yourself. And I'm hoping that the wind calms down a little bit, because you can see that the wind is really flapping about, and that can disrupt the players and the play a little bit. Wow,
Good
nice
job.
part. That's on the circle, so there's the blue line where she's standing. So that was a tough part. Oh, I thought it was. Sorry. I think we got Eric here for about 3 or 4 meters.
Hopefully it's in.
Yeah, nice part.
It is.
And when they're playing in this wind, they have to be very committed to putt quite hard so that the wind doesn't change their putt. So you can see when Eric was putting there, he was really giving it a lot to make sure it stuck the basket. All right, so we've got hole 9 here, traditionally hole 18 of the gold layout. There has a island green which they have to fly over, or they can land prior. So, all right, guys. So, we're on live. Hey, guys.
Okay, good.
Where do you come from? A media background, is that correct?
Yeah, I did study communication and digital marketing,
Okay.
specialization in events alongside of my education. Studied to be a teacher in France.
Wow.
So I'm really glad to be here and having this experience with you guys.
Thank
That's
you.
amazing. And in Australia,
Yeah.
who can complain?
And how long you been here for?
6 months.
6 months.
Yeah, I'm still pretty new to Australia.
The lingo?
Yeah,
learning
yeah,
it?
oh yeah, which is very different from the countries around France. But yeah, it's pretty nice, and I love to hear some new words and everything.
We do have quite a few words, especially here in Western Australia. We tend to say yes as yeah, nah, and no
Yeah,
as
no, yeah.
no, yeah. Have you experienced the summer heat yet?
Not the heat. I arrived in May and it was pretty warm.
Yes. Oh, warm. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got the players here.
Back to the field.
All right, so as you can hear, the bird life in Mundaring is immense, and the Mundaring Disc Golf Club logo is actually of the red tail, which is traditionally up in these parts. Red tail cockatoo. Is that correct, Sue?
That's right.
So I believe this is Domas. He's looking to, I think he's looking to stick the green. He's going fast driver. Oh, looks, can it scoot over that green? Oh, I think that's OB. He hasn't made the island. Here we go into the drop zone. And we have Eric again. I think he's playing it safe, landing prior to the OB area to give himself just an upshot look to get a par. And that's the best thing about match play is that, you know, if one person has gone OB, he knows he can play a certain way to win the hole.
Can you remind us what an OB is?
OB
Please.
is out of bounds, and he's going to be taking an extra stroke on his throw, so he'll be throwing from 3 from where he is on the out of bounds from the drop zone. And we've got I believe another one here who's made it out of bounds as well. So we'll be seeing them go to a little tee pad halfway up the fairway where they'll be throwing from for their third shot.
Back to Hong Kong.
Back to Hong Kong, I believe this is Dustin. He's just checking the wind. And I think he's just playing up to the safe spot before the island.
They were being pretty smart.
Yeah, well, he can see that with Lithuania throwing a few shots out of bounds, he knows that they're going to be throwing for 3, their third shot. So he knows that if he plays it safe and obtains a par by just playing before the OB, that he can throw an upshot under the basket very easily, putt in for his third shot, and Lithuania have both gone OB, so they know that they're going to be winning that match, the match play on that. Well, hoping so. So that's the best thing about match play is that, you know, now from the OB players are going to have to really run this shot to try and match the hole. We've got Ling here, just doing her upshot. Should give her about a 7 meter putt. And now we've got, as you can see, the flag line between here in front of Eric and up to the basket is all out of bounds. So he's landed just short of that. So now he can just do a nice little upshot. Wow, almost went in there.
Very close.
And this is that the drop zone putt that I was mentioning. This is a good 25 meters out. Got under the basket for an easy putt in for a 4. And this is Moretta with her upshot as well. Wind looks a little bit calm on this green for the time being. This green's traditionally quite open as well, so it can be affected by the wind. That flag's flapping about a little bit, but not too much. So let's see how these guys putt. We've got some long looks here. Okay, so we got, I think Dustin's getting ready to putt here. Oh, he's just on the edge of the 10-meter line, so
should be in. There's no big deal.
This is still a tough part with that wind.
Yeah.
It's got a
Hopefully.
tailwind, so he's got to give it a little bit of height. So the tail generally drops the disc, so you got to get a little bit more height. So, and you can see just as he went to putt, the wind dropped. So he did give it the height, and the wind dropped just before it went in. So unfortunately, that's just a part of disc golf, you know. Got to play the conditions. And we got Eric. He's about a 6 to 7 meter putt. I believe he putts with an Adam. And you got Lena. So I believe they both got a 4, so they match there. Vientis and Moretta, I believe they're also matching for a 4 there also. So we got hole 1, 225 meter, 738 feet. This has a very large elevation drop. We've got OB all down the left side and the right side, and also on the green. And this is a tough shot for your first shot. Looking to land just before the green if you've got a big arm, or anywhere in the fairway is good for getting your upshot into the basket. So
There's still a little bit of a challenge.
This one's a challenging hole. Traditionally, hole 1 on the gold layer, and the big throwers like to tee off here and try and land just before the green. The golf green usually plays around about 180 meters, but being downhill gives you a little bit extra ability to throw big. But with that OB on the left and right side and the wind coming into play, it's a really tough shot. So we'll see how these players go.
Looking forward to see that.
Yeah.
How they're going to manage.
Yeah.
That.
Maybe we'll see some shots of the wind here and see how it's playing. So we've got Vientis and Moretta with the doubles here. And we've got Vientis throwing off first. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly. He's going, I believe he's going mid-range, so he's playing conservative here just to get into the fairway. Not a lot of distance, but considering you can see the wind in the background,
we can.
and the out of bounds on the left and right, I think he's going to be happy with that. Oh no, sorry, that was Linus, and this is Eric. We're playing the singles, and we've got Eric. You can see the disc. Okay, so also he's I think he's turned it over a little bit and it's cut rolled, but still safe, still in bounds. And now we have Moretta. She looks like she's going fairway. Fairway driver. Oh, this looks in danger of going out of bounds here on the left. Hopefully that tree can make it safe. Oh, she's gotten lucky. That's the thing that you need to hope for when that happens. And we've got Ling
For Hong Kong.
from Hong Kong, China. And she also looks like she's going fairway. Also fading off to the left. Hopefully that hits a tree, and I think that's gone out of bounds as well. So she's going to have a tough tough upshot from there. I believe Dustin's got his work out for him. So we've got the players just.
Yeah, it's big in Taiwan, Japan, and Hong Kong.
I think they're talking about an ultimate disc, I believe.
You know guts? No. It's a small orange disc.
Okay. So as they walk up to this, they're going to be trying to go down, and I believe they're going to try and upshot just past or just before the golf green. So they're going to give them a look into the disc golf green. The opening to the upshot of their third shot is going to be tough. So this shot's going to be primarily trying to get them into a position where it's going to make it easier for them on their third shot. All right, so I think they're just trying to find disc. They're just working out their lie. They have to take 1 meter or 3 feet from the out of bounds line, directly in line with the basket, and you can see he's just done that. I believe they're just talking about the wind. It's being a contributing factor to their play right now. The weather is currently 17 degrees. I feel like it feels a little bit hotter than that, being
It feels a bit hotter.
51% humidity. But there's a 17 kilometre hour wind gust. As you can see, this actually looks a little bit more than that right now. Being us, we're in the Mundaring Hills, you can experience the gusts pretty exaggerated. Let's see how he plays this second shot of his. And he's given himself a good look to play the upshot into the green there. Eric up next. Going fairway driver.
I believe it's his third throw.
That's his second shot because he didn't go out of bounds. And he's actually gone past the golf green perfectly in the mouth of the fairway, which has given him a really good shot for their third. I believe Dustin was playing his third shot with Ling on the doubles as they went out of bounds. So this looks like Vientus. This was the disc that was heading out of bounds on Moretta's first shot, and had that nice lucky kick into the inbounds area, giving them a second shot here. He's gone backhand turnover. Whoa, that's quite a nice shot. That should give them a good look to make the par. And now we've got Linus. Looking to do a forehand. I think he's throwing fairway driver. I believe he's just going to try and get into that mouth of that fairway there, land right next to our native grass tree. It's faded a little bit quick. That should give him a little jump putt into the green there. Although it's probably not going to give him the putt look that he wanted, but it's still a safe play. So this is Ling after Dustin's third shot, which played out of bounds. Oh, she's leaked far off to the left, which I believe is gone out of bounds. So they will be, if I can calculate correctly, they'll be throwing their next shot for their fifth or their sixth shot. Just a little bit about Hong Kong, China. They don't have a permanent disc golf course, and I was speaking with Eric Creekhouse earlier. They play every Saturday, and they bring out 9 baskets to a local park. I believe that they're just trying to figure out their lie. Yep, so 3 feet from the out of bounds line from where Ling threw out, and Dustin's just trying to confirm with his card mates to make sure that they're happy with these lie. So this is Dustin throwing for his 5th or 6th shot. Oh, it's gone. Wow, I believe he's parked the basket. Wow, he couldn't be any closer than that unless it was in. So that was a tough shot into the green, and he's played that well. I believe that the way that Hong Kong, China have played this hole, I believe Lithuania is going to want to play this quite safe, as they've got a 1 or 2 stroke advantage here that they can play with. We got Eric here. I believe this is for his 3rd. Shot. He's played this hole quite well for the wind that he's experiencing. So I believe he's got a little tap in for a par. And we've got Yentis here. I think he's playing a little safe upshot here, just to get under the basket. Let's hit medal. So Linus here with Eric under the basket, he's going to need to run this. He's going to need to give it a good bid to try and get this into match Eric's play. He's gone a little bit long there. Got a few tap-ins. We're going to have Linus just cleaning up his... Nice putt.
It's in.
And I think the rest of them are all under the basket here for a few tap-ins. You can see now that we're down on the bottom of the hill, Laura, that the wind is much less, as you can see the flag.
Yeah.
When we're at the top of the hill, it just...
Of course.
Yeah, the winds...
The wind is stronger.
Really affect the course here when it gets windy. Perth actually being second windiest city in the world, 2024.
Wow.
Surprising when I found that out as well. I didn't know that. Hole 2, we just have to manage this first gap off the tee. It's a 90-metre shot. Players want to throw something that's going to be flipping up to high as a flat and then just nestling to the green. Not much obstruction at the green. So, Laura, tell me a little bit how much you played disc golf.
Like I said, in high school,
Yes.
so we can choose this option.
In school?
Yeah, at school.
Really?
Yeah.
Wish we had that.
Yeah, which is pretty nice, and you have the opportunity to discover so much sports that you're not familiar with, which is really, really nice.
Yeah. Wow. We get the choice of AFL, cricket, and...
The basic.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got Linus going up for the singles play here. I think he's looking to go around the outside of the gap. Sometimes when we play this in tournament, we have a double mando here. I don't believe it's playing today. Double mando meaning the mandatory to go through those two trees there. So he's going around the outside, hoping to do a big forehand skipping hyzer. That looks pretty good. Yep, and he's done just that, giving him a inside the circle look for a birdie putt there. Might have some obstruction behind the trees. And Eric, he's actually going wave. I know by that stamp on that disc, which is a very flat flying high speed driver. Just missed that tree, and that's given a good opportunity to make the putt there as well. Yentis coming up here for the doubles from Lithuania. Lefty player, so he's got that backhand hyzer he can play. Doesn't want anything to do with that gap. Or left a little bit short. He might be obstructed by those trees for his putt, but at Mundaring, anything, looking for a putt on any hole here is good. So, and we got Dustin up next, throwing roughly a 7 to 9 speed driver by the looks of the rim. I believe he's going to be going through that gap in the middle. Although that gap looks a little bit big on camera, it's when you're on the green, it definitely feels a lot smaller. Let's see how he. He's missed the gap, but he's also missed the tree, which is good. But being an overstable disc, he's faded off to the left. I believe that's going to give them a roughly a 35 to 40 metre upshot. So, with your school, did they have a local course that they go to?
No, actually, we have
Portable baskets?
yeah,
Okay.
and so no, we do it on the regular course.
Yes.
Where we play basketball, football.
Right.
You have both, and yeah, because it's not as common in France. So, and you just it's just the first overview of the sport.
Of the sport, yes.
Yeah.
But good to be in the, at school. So getting it early into the
Sure.
into the knowledge of the kids and so how long ago? How many years have you been playing for? Just
Oh, it was just one
Just
year,
one year,
and
okay.
then the second year, it was like we call it escalade.
oh,
Yeah,
is that climbing?
climbing.
Climbing.
Which was nice as well.
Yeah. So I believe Ling was going up for her upshot, and she's left it a little bit short for Dustin. Let's see how he manages that. I believe he might be up next. Okay, so we got Dustin here. I believe the players are just trying to figure out who's going to go first. Usually it's the furthest from the basket is the next shot. And they were quite close, so he's just trying to see who was next. This is a tough putt. Roughly 15 metres. And he's left it a little bit low. Got Moretta from Lithuania just behind those trees there. And up next, I think we got Linus and Eric for their part. I think Eric's first. He still looks, he's on the circle line. You can see that blue line. So, he's just behind it, so it might give him the ability to jump putt, but I think he's a little bit disappointed with that. He seemed to feel quite confident, and it just faded off to the left there. We got Linus. He's got a very tough putt through those trees. See how he approaches this shot. Oof. struggles on the green. We don't have a flag here, but I'm assuming that wind is quite significant based on their putts. Well, you can actually see the chains moving. So it might if the chains are moving, it must be pretty significant.
Yeah, we can hear that.
And the wind,
as
yeah, you
well.
can hear it. You can see the trees moving. So Linus, he's probably got still a 7-metre putt, which looks like a bit of a headwind actually.
Yep.
Ooh. Tough green.
That's frustrating. When
Yeah, it's very
so
frustrating.
close.
Putting in disc golf is quite mental, and every player has their own strengths and the putting green, and it's a tough one to manage. It's definitely something I've been struggling with over the years. Oh wow, that was tough. Well, don't throw your disc, Eric.
So Lithuania are up 1 in doubles and even in singles.
Okay. That was tough. He hit a lot of right side, but actually it looked like he was putting with it seemed like he was putting with a driver. I think he was overly confident and just wanted to go in. Not too sure what happened there, but it did definitely look like a driver.
So now Lithuania is up 2 doubles, even in singles.
Okay. What a tough hole. That was a struggle on the green there. Hole 3, this 87 meters. This one is straight shot. That's going to be. There's not much obstruction here on the fairway. I believe they're going to be playing the wind again. A lot of wind on this green. So let's see how they do this.
What do you think so far?
I believe that the wind is playing a large factor in their scores, and wind out in Mundaring you can see is can be quite swirly, so it can be going left, right, forward, back, and the players are just trying to manage that, and that's all disc choice and playing conservative. I believe once we get into some of the wooded holes soon, we might see a little bit more wind drop off, but it does look on those open holes that it's a contributing factor to their play. So let's see how they manage that going forward.
Back again.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Sue, can you give us an update again? So the scores for Lithuania are Lithuania up 2 on the doubles, and they're all even on the singles. Being that this is a 9-hole match, once the players have reached a stage where the other team are unable to best them, this round will be over. So let's just see how that plays out. Oof. Hopefully doesn't fade onto the. Yep, he's played it safe. So they're playing the long version of the hole that we normally play here on the course, which is pushed into the bush a little bit with a tight gap off the green. Let's see how Eric throws this. It looks like he's throwing a Axiom. I think it's a fireball turnover, stable turnover. Looks like it, and I think he's hit those trees on the left, so that's going to be fading him out early. All safe though for the moment. Let's see how Moretta plays this hole. I think she's chosen the correct disc for this one. Wow, what a shot. Nice. That's going to give Vientus a nice look. Or we got Ling. Girls doing all the heavy lifting on this hole. Okay.
It's really nice to see that there's so many women playing disc golf as well.
It's a very wonderful thing to see.
Yeah, it's a really mix.
Yeah, it's a great thing to see, and the sport of
Yeah,
women's disc
definitely.
golf has been increasing significantly in the past few years. In the past, we never had the women's coverage, and now we've got full women's coverage on the PDGA tour, and it's just a
Wow.
wonderful thing to see. And we got Eric here for his upshot. I believe this is about a 35, 40 metre upshot. It looks like he's just going to try and jump putt something. He's fading off to the left. Ooh, that could be favourable. No, it doesn't look like it. Wow, what a roll. And it's still going.
Right overall.
It's still
Indeed.
Oh, and he's gone OB.
Yeah. Oh,
That's... Wow. That
that was some action.
That's a...
Here.
That is very unlucky. That was probably more of a roll than his putt. That would have been a 30-metre roll into OB area. Oh, he's not going to be happy about that. And we've got Dustin here. I believe he's got about a 20-metre putt. I believe he's just going to try and lay this up. Give Ling a really easy putt for their par. Yep, looks good. I think that they'll be walking over to Eric's shot here. Let's see his lie after he's gone OB. It did look like he's gone OB, but I think they're going to be... Okay, so he conceded the hole. He's basically saying that he's not going to be able to make... he's not going to be able to best Linus on the hole, so he's conceded to say that Linus had won. And I believe in match play rules, if they continue to play after, it's a stroke penalty, isn't it? Sue nodding. Thank you, Sue. And we've Yentis they've made their par, and we're going to have Ling, I believe, drop in a 2-metre putt for par also. Oh no, she's picked up. So it looks like Lithuania have bested Hong Kong, China on both doubles and singles there. We got hole 4. This one is a tough gap out of the green. This normally plays as hole, I believe, 14 on the golf course. Straight shot, something that's going to be turning over a little bit and fading left through this gap and landing under the basket. So the weather looks like it's going to be around about 22 maximum today. I believe that the winds were going to be slowly dying off. Let's hope for the best for the players.
Let's hope for the best.
Yeah, it's been a tough putting green. This fly has been annoying me all morning. He's trying to get onto the commentary.
Looking forward to seeing how they're going to approach hole number 4.
Yeah, this one's a tough gap off the green, and I believe that they're going to be trying. A couple of the big arm throwers are going to try and stick the green to see if they can get a 2. I believe Linus and Eric will try and do that, and depending on the doubles who is teeing off, they might be playing it fade off to the left into the opening on the fairway just to give themselves a upshot or even a look at trying to make birdie. So I believe that they're just trying to figure this out now, see where they play. And they're just doing their scores. So scores have to be done on the tee of their next hole to avoid obstruction of the people playing behind them. And we've got the singles, Linus up. Looks like he's going forehand, fairway or high-speed driver, it looks like.
For the doubles, Luciania is now +3, and for the singles, +1 for Luciania. They are doing good.
Lithuania has look like they've got a 3 to 4 metre putt on their singles here again. And we've Eric playing a turnover shot and just made the gap. I think he's going to be left with a outside the circle putt. With Linus very close to the basket, we're going to watch Eric try and really make that putt there. We got Yentis. Looks like he's with his lefty backhand hyzer. This could, I think it's just turned over a little bit. We'll give them a putt. Let's see how Ling approaches this hole. I believe Eric can correct me after the footage, but it looks like Ling might be an ultimate player. You can tell by her throw. She's got a very floaty shot with that swinging hyzer. All right, let's, I think we've got Dustin up for the double shot here from Hong Kong. We might see Hong Kong starting to play a bit more aggressively in this match play. Lithuania are currently 3 up on the doubles and 1 up on the singles. So they're going to need to start winning some holes before the match is ending, being that they're only playing a 9-hole. Let's see how Dustin goes here. Looking to do a forehand flex, possibly around the guarding tree in the green. Oh, good shot. I think he's just gone a little bit long there. And you can see Eric shooing away the flies, bothering them today as well. And we got Moretta up for Lithuania's second shot on the doubles. She's got a look at the basket. Let's see how she runs this. I believe that she's going to try and play this safe though, with Hong Kong going along on the... Oh, she looks like she's lining up for a putt here. Wow, that might be in. Oh, wow, well done.
Well done.
Wow.
Wow. That was a nice one.
Wow, that was a good shot. You can see her really going for it.
Wow.
Well
Which is
done.
beautiful about it. She was confident about it.
20 to 25 metre putt there. That's a...
Wow.
Good to see. She must be happy about it. Look at that.
You really need to trust yourself sometimes.
Yeah, with that wind, you can see it. Okay, so we got Eric here. He's going to need to make this. And he's bothered by the flies again. Well done. Look at this. Great disc golf. Eric really needed that one. I believe Lithuania is, I think Linus has got quite an easy putt here for his two, so they'll match the hole there. And I believe Lithuania will be winning the doubles with that big putt in on Miranda's putt just now. So I believe Lithuania will be up 4 on the doubles and 1 on the singles. And yeah, as you can hear Eric saying a push for their singles. Hole 5, traditionally hole 11 on the Gold Course. This is a big 235 metre shot, backhand turnover shot that fades ever so slowly off to the right and lands around about here, giving them another 100 metre shot into the green, and it's behind the golf green, which is all OB. This one is all about the first shot, trying to get as much distance to give them a good look on their upshot to get their par or birdie.
Lithuania is doing good.
Okay, so I'm getting commentary from on the course. We've just heard that Lithuania to win doubles. Is that correct? So we're going to see shortly. So this is a win 4 and 3. So so you saying, Kyle, that's it? Okay, so Lithuania have won, and I believe that they're just filling out their score now. So, oh, she won it with that putt as well. She's going to be very happy with that. That was a very good. So we've got singles still to continue, and we've got Linus and Eric still going. I believe Lithuania up 1 on the singles. Linus looks like a fairly high-powered thrower, so let's see if he gets himself into a position to give himself a good look for the birdie. Looks like he's throwing an Innova, possibly Wraith. I know it's Dismania. Can't see. He's asking for it to fade back. Ooh, I'm not too sure if that marked line there is out of bounds. We'll see his next shot, but he's got himself down there quite decently to give himself an upshot. I believe Eric is going. Looks high speed, up quite domey, possibly orbital. See if he does a bit of a hyzer flip on this. Pressure's on Hong Kong here. And he's done just that. As soon as they get over that little hump there, that's a good position to play. He's got himself in a really good position for his next shot. And spotlight's on these two guys now, with Lithuania winning the doubles. I was speaking with Eric just before this commentary. He's been playing disc golf for about 15 years.
Wow.
Traditionally come from Ultimate. A man comes out of Colorado originally, but him and his wife are living in Hong Kong currently as school teachers. And I believe he might be one of the pioneers to helping out disc golf in Hong Kong to get that off the ground. They're trying to get a permanent disc golf course in, but with very little space in Hong Kong, they're finding it quite difficult with the government to allow that to happen. So let's see, hope he gets it off the ground. I think they're just seeing if that, don't believe that marked line is out of bounds, so I think he is playing safe for his second shot. He's made it a fair distance down, but this is going to be a tough ask for his forehand. It's going to be about 120 metre, maybe even 130. So let's see how he plays this, because that golf green, which is out of bounds, will come into play. I think he's just playing that a little bit safe. Good shot. Eric up next. He's probably got about 110 metre shot to the green, 420 feet roughly for those American viewers. I think he might go same disc again. Yeah, looks like it. He's doing standstill. I don't think he wants any part of that green. Just wants to land just short of it. Okay, and as you can see in the background, the wind on that flag is not moving at all. So we've made it to the part of the course which doesn't get affected by the wind as much. We'll hope the wind has died down. Crow in the background, which is, I believe recently told is actually a raven. We don't have crows here in Australia, I've been told. It's a raven, which everyone commonly calls them a crow, which I've been doing for a long time as well.
Now we know.
It's making a lot of noise. Okay, so we've got Linus up for his upshot. He would be around about 30 metres from the pin. The ground at the basket is very hard here, so you can get a lot of ground action. So let's see how he sticks this. Nice hyzer to stick it. Oh, he's gone quite short. I think he's still going to have about a 7 to 8 metre putt. I think we'll see Eric here just try and play really safe and land. He's just judging the distance. Oh, he wants to see his opponent's disc to see how far it is, so that he knows what to do on his shot. I believe he's going to try and put this under the basket so he can put the pressure on Linus to make the putt. Let's see how he plays. He's left it a little bit long. I think he was actually going for that. Maybe Lithuania is a little bit closer than we can see. No, so still got a 9-10 metre putt here. No wind. Perfect conditions. Except for that raven that's trying to razz him right now. Oof. Touch high, but high generally means that he wanted it. So let's see how Eric plays this. I believe Eric needs to get this in to win the hole. Still no wind on the green there. The flag is very still. Oof. Well done. The disc did go through the chains and want to come out, but it stayed in. So I believe that ties Lithuania and Hong Kong up in the singles. Mhm. Hole 6, 120 meters. This one here is basically a big backhand driving shot that fades off to the left, and the green down here is quite fast. Although you can't see it, it is sloping. There is a right to left elevation change. So let's see how they play this. So are you looking forward to the hot weather that's coming very soon?
I am. I'm ready. I'm ready for the heat.
Mundaring can really experience some. I believe Mundaring is 2 or 3 degrees hotter than down in Perth.
Wow.
So sometimes we have some, 40, 45 degree Celsius degree days here. And we have had some big tournaments. I think the Aussie Open in 2017 was a 42 degree day, and the competitors were complaining about their discs being very soft and melting. I wouldn't say melting, but different to the conditions that they're used to back home. We got Eric here. I think he's going that white driver again. Left it a little bit low and cut rolled. Hopefully he doesn't have an obstruction for his upshot.
So there's 2 holes to play. The singles are even now.
Yeah, so with those 2 holes to play, they're going to be playing quite aggressive to the end stretch here. Wow, nice big hyzer. See how this green action plays. Okay, so he's that tree usually identifies around about a 15 meter shot. I don't know if there's any OB around that green. We sometimes play, but if he's safe, he's got a 15 meter putt. So let's see how Eric throws his drive, his upshot, which is still going to be 70, 80 meters. This is going to be a tough one for him. Well, he's feeling the heat. Rocking the pound bag, one of my favorites.
Is that a bag?
Yeah, so the pound bag, it's a type of brand. I like the pound bag. It's one that I use as well. But
what do
the
you
bags,
like about it?
Well, there's a lot of bags in disc golf. The pound bag, I traditionally went to that because it holds a lot more discs, but it also holds a water bladder inside. Thanks, crew, for showing the pound bag. But no affiliation or sponsorship. I'm just I just like their bags. But a lot of the bags, yeah, you'll see these players play with a variety of different bags. There's brands like Grip, Dynamic Discs, Discraft. They all have a big variety. The pound bags are just they're actually handmade by a gentleman in the US, and they're very customizable to the choice of the player. Oh, he's actually obstructed quite a little bit more, and he's behind the tee of the blue layout, which he's going to be finding this tough. He knows he needs to get under the basket here to win the hole, because Lithuania has basically parked it, and we're going to see him try and throw this in, and if he doesn't, I believe he might concede the hole. So he's still got a 65, 70 meter hyzer shot open now. So let's see how Eric plays this. It's a tough one for him. He's got to get under this basket or get right in to push. Skip. Okay, so I believe we have Linus' ability to just drop it under the basket here and putt in for his three to win the hole. So I don't think you will see him try and run this putt, but he's just going to try and land it under the basket. And I think that will best the hole here. Still got a bit of a look, but yeah, I think he's just going to try and... Oh, he looks like he's gone for it. No, here we go. Just underneath the basket. There we go. A little bit of flair. Okay, so I think that will finish the hole. I think Eric will be just picking up his disc here, or he should be picking up his disc here. Okay, he's going for the putt.
But I definitely conceded. I just wanted the button.
Okay, so he's just said that he's conceded. Don't believe he should have been making that putt, but... Okay, so he's given me the thumbs up to say that's okay because Linus hadn't putt that out first. Okay, so hole 7, we've got a 116 metre downhill, 381 feet. We're going straight into the woods here, and I believe if this plays like we normally do in tournament, it's going to be a big elevated basket. Is that correct, Sue? Still elevated basket here? Yes. So this one you just need to make those trees, and then once you get into that gap there, the players are going to have a very elevated putt, which is a tough one. Let's see how they play. We've got 1 to go, correct? And we've got Lithuania up 1. Yeah, so we're going to see Eric really try and push to try and win this hole here to match the tournament. Let's see how he goes, and yeah, it's going to be a tough one for him. The pressure's on. Let's see how they play. A big thanks to this is the 5th year, correct, for World Flying Disc Golf Federation? 5th year? Event for this event, sorry, yes. So thank you to them, and look, Shire of Mundaring, PDJ, Australian Disc Golf Championships, RAD, Disconnection, Lottery West, thank you for all the sponsors putting in all the effort to make this event possible, and also our tournament directors and assistant tournament directors and helpers. They've done an amazing job of this event. None of the things that go on around here would happen without them, so thank you to them. And let's see how these guys play out this hole. And then I believe in this afternoon we have a 1 p.m. live coverage again. Is that correct, Sue? 1 p.m. live coverage again. I can't recall what teams are going to be playing. We'll find out a bit later. But thank you to PRKD Media for putting on this live coverage. These guys are doing an amazing job. They're walking around in the heat with the flies, just like these players, all day long, and they're not just doing 1 round, but they're doing 2 and 3. So thank you to those guys. Okay, so we've got Linus. He looks like he's throwing fairway driver. Swooping hyzer just to get, there's a wider gap on the right hand side there, and he's hit the trees. All right, so we're gonna see Eric here really go for it. Although the graphic says 160 meters, this is a downhill 110, 115 meter hole, and it's not the par 4, it's just a par 3. Really working that disc today, that white one. He's turned it over. I think he's still far away from the basket, so I know he's not happy with that, but he's going to have an unobstructed look for an upshot. We'll probably see him really try and play this safe and go for the the par and then see if Linus wants to try and win it or match him. So. So have you played this course?
No, not yet.
Not yet. It's a tough one here. I would say.
Are you familiar with this one?
Yes, this is the one that we've been generally playing in tournament locally for a long period. It's been here for 10 years, and the Mundaring Disc Golf Club have recently put in the black layout, which we'll have seen in other coverage. And I believe we might be seeing that this afternoon. Are we seeing the players play on the black coverage after at 1 p.m, Sue? I believe so. So we've got Eric here, and he's got his he's got two gaps here, quite unobstructed, but I think he's got this tree in the way, so he's just going to try and hyze around and land as close to the basket to avoid a big elevated putt. Oh, he actually must have looked like he was going for it. Well, okay, so he's gone a little bit long there. I think now we'll see Lithuania just put it under the basket. Yep.
I'll finish it up.
Okay, so we heard Eric. Congrats, Lithuania, on their match. And I believe he's just stated that he's conceding. Could have still putted, but I believe that was the last hole. So Eric did need to win, and either way, them matching is not going to take it out. So Lithuania has won that one, and congrats, they won both the singles and the doubles. Linus, Vientus, and Moretta, congratulations.
Do you need some help?
I think he can't find his disc.
I would say it's further up and to the left side.
It's a tough one here in the bushes of Mundaring. Sometimes you can't find, it's hard to find the disc, especially with our native Belga tree. They can get slotted right in there, and it's really hard to find the disc. So, well, that was interesting coverage. A little bit of a slow start for the players. They had some struggle on the putting green early with the windy greens, but then we saw some amazing putts, especially the one from Moretta winning the doubles. And yeah, I think the coverage is ending up. Just a big thank you. And Laura, thank you for sticking around with us, and Sue in the background.
Thank you for having me.
She's doing all the
Shout out
amazing
to
job.
Sue.
Yeah, she's doing an
As
amazing
well.
job in the background, giving us some information. Thank you very much for the coverage, and I hope to see you guys in the afternoon. And and let's do some
Hopefully.
more coverage and see some disc golf.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.